Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and everybody on the West Coast. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And everybody else in between this great, big, beautiful country of ours. How the hell you doing? What do you know? What do you say? What's happening? What's happening? It's Thursday, my last day. How about that? First week back. First week back. I gotta calm down and quit speaking so loudly. I was looking for this guy. You see this guy? I looked all afternoon for this. This is my favorite lead pencil. It's a Bic, a .9 mm. I guess that's millimeter. So I got a 9 mm lead pencil. You better watch yourself. So I'm freaking armed. Okay. Pencil number two. Number two. Remember that? Number 9. Yeah. So I found it. I always have it on my table in the living room. I have a little office in my living room. I'm like frick hermit shit. I got a little office in the living room, and with this little office I have a recliner, and I have one of those card tables. You know, like 28 by 28 square card tables. And I cut the legs to match the height. You know, so it fits just like a desk, just right. Slide it up right to the recliner. Now I don't recline back because I'm always on the laptop working with the either reports or a real good friend of mine in UK. You know her on Twitter, CJ. We're trying to get a master list together. Oh, that's the other thing I keep forgetting to tell everybody. You know what happened since March? Holy cow, this is freaking great news, you know. To me it is. I'm licensed. I'm licensed in Canada. Everywhere in Canada. I mean, freaking everywhere in Canada. Clear up, I guess, to the freaking North Pole. Okay? UK, I'm licensed in the UK. In America, I'm licensed in America. And the Ukraine. So, hey, man, we're just, this licensing, this is for radio broadcasting music. It gives me far outreaching for internet because here's the thing about internet radio. You can't just play songs on the internet. You're going to get nailed. So you have to have a license for that. Because each song you play, you got to, how many times it was played, stuff like that. And you got to pay royalties. You got to pay, man. Hey, that's how the musicians make their money. They don't just make their money, they just don't make their money on, the albums and CDs and being on TV. And they make money hand over fist, right? But they also make money when somebody plays their song. Now, certain licenses, and that's what I have so far. They're called, except for one company, Sound Exchange, they're an international collection agency for all the music. And they've been, they're the only people that the United States government trusts to collect, royalties for everything, in the United States. But, and then there's BNMI, ASCAP, CSAC, and you got to pay them. So, but you have to get licensed. In the United States, you got to have, 4. ASCAP, CSAC, BMI, and Sound Exchange. And in the United Kingdom, you got to have what's called PRS and PPL. And in Canada is SOCAN. And I'm licensed all there. So I can play all my music all the time, 24 hours a day. The only thing is I got to pay. And right now, I'm not advertising. I'm giving away free advertising. If you have an internet company, I'm giving away free internet advertising for 30 days, man. Oh, now it's starting to sound like a freaking advertisement. Shut the. Okay, yeah. Oh, here's the thing. Not a kid's show. So if you got Rugrats, Monkey Munchers running around, time to put them for a nap. If they're school age, they should be in school. And if they're homeschooled, time for lunch or whatever it is. Or give them an late breakfast or something wherever you live. Or kick their ass outside if it's nice. Hey, man, get the hell out of here for a while. I want to listen to this. Or put the headphones on. Or have them put the headphones on for something else, like PlayStation or Xbox or whatever, iPad, whatever, kids, young people, kids. So be careful because an F-bomb might slip around here. It's a slippery slope when you watch this show. Or if you're listening, hey, everybody on the radio. Here's the other thing. There's something about, it's so hard. I'm serious. It is so freaking hard on YouTube to unless you do something really absolutely crazy and then you get go viral or something. So maybe, hey, maybe I ought to do something crazy. Get a lot of followers and stuff like that. I just, I don't know, put a gun to my head, I don't know. No, I ain't going to do that shit. That's for crazy people. Or people that are not crazy. They're not well. Okay, let's put that. They're not well. Let's straighten that out. All right, hey, I'm going to do a couple Twitter quick. What is this crap? It's copied everything. Oh, freaking shit. Oh, my God. Where is it at? Oh, no. Where's she at? She's a nice lady, favorite lady. She's a New York Mets fan. Tracy. T*M*M. Tracy M0802. Here's her thing. I don't think you people understand what a diehard Mets fan I am. So that being said, one more statement to me regarding the Yankees from anyone. I am unfollowing. I don't need Yankee talk on my feed, just like I don't like Trump on my feed. So it's your choice. And she means it. Stop that Yankee stuff. Amy Lynn, great lady. Picture of my dad. She's showing a picture of her dad. He passed away September 12th, 1998, when I was 21. And I still think about him every day. Keep your loved ones close and tell them you love them as much as you can. How about that? Yep. Well said. Save our democracy. This is Julie Farquhar. I stand with UK. Good morning, friends. And that's the Ukraine. Morning, friends. I like this attitude. Stress is awful and does bad things to our bodies. We all need a little stress, but not every single day. Be happy and carefree today. You deserve at least one day of that. Have an awesome day. Love and hugs to you all. That cool? Sophia Pertrill. She is a top. She's a pistol. She's a hell of a nice lady. Her quick tweet. It's one of them. Tweet. As I like when idiots reply. So, how about that? Okay. How about that hurricane, Ian? I was going to say Ivan. Why was I going to say that? I don't know. Ivan was a hurricane, too. They made a big deal of that one. But anyway, Ian. They're saying this is worse than Charlie that they had in Florida like 20 years ago. Something like that. Wow. Not much. A lot of shit going on, man. I don't think anybody could imagine the full effect of that hurricane. I was in two. Not two. I was in a hurricane and I was in tornado. Both. And there, the one tornado at night was in Oklahoma. It was dark and a tornado. And that is scary. Scary as hell. I'm going to tell you what. I just dropped something. That's why I'm looking down. No, because you could hear it. You could hear it coming, but you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it till there was a flash of lightning. And there's like, those flashes of lightnings were like one of the slowest strobe lights that you could ever see. It wasn't like, like that, like a strobe. It was like really slow. Boom. It was over here. And then boom. It was over there. And then boom. It's getting closer. Boom. It's, oh my God. It's like, and the wind's really howling. Everything's going crazy. Stuff, garbage cans, leaves and trees and everything all going, just going crazy. Then it's like, hey, man, about time you get your ass inside. Well, dumbass. Yeah. The hurricane I was in the Marine Corps when the hurricane hit. And freaking idiots were outside in the middle of a fucking hurricane. Excuse my language, see? In the middle of a hurricane playing football. Crazy jarheads, And they were playing until this one tree branch, whatever the hell it came from, just came down and the guy was running out for a pass, and it just whacked his ass. It took him out, and freaking, they were like, okay, maybe it's a little bit too dangerous to play out here. No shit, Sherlock. Freaking told you that 15 minutes ago. Shit. Anyway. That was it was, the thing was that was so crazy about it. And it also happened with the tornado. It sucked all the water out of the toilets. And you could hear it whistling through the toilets. Like that. It's just like only really loud. Like, shit like that. Through the drains, you could hear. And you put your hand on a drain, you could feel this suction. It's amazing. If you've never experienced something like that, I'm not telling you to go there and go find a hurricane or a tornado to get into. No. Don't do that. Just give you an idea of the shit you have to do. And tornadoes, just like, boom. It kicks ass and leaves. Hurricane, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Freaking hours of like steady, heavy rain. Oh my God. So, that's my take on it. Some shit you don't want to be around. So you hear this other news. Marjorie Taylor Greene, her old man's divorcing him. Yeah, did I say that right? Divorcing her. Now let's say divorcing him. Marjorie Taylor Greene getting a divorce. I wonder why. I wonder her and Matt Gaetz. Is that how they say it? Gates? I was always saying Getz. What does Matt Gaetz? I don't know. But he gates it. Matt Gaetz. Maybe she got hanky-panky with him. He put the teenagers aside for a couple minutes. What's going on with that shit? There's all these investigations going on. Ain't one freaking person getting arrested. Not one. Not the big fish. Little fish. The little fish. Oh, we'll pick on the little fish. That doesn't matter. Don't want to stir up trouble. Oh, no. We had a handful of radicals out there that would just want to just wreck shop if we do anything. We can't do that. Are you hearing me, Garland? Garland. Why? Why? I don't know. He would have been a good, well, I don't even know. I'm thinking he might have been a good Supreme Court justice. So then he wasn't in charge of anything. He just have to make decisions. You know? He would stick up for abortion and all that other shit. I don't, what kind of, you know, attack dog, and you know yourself, the Republicans would choose an attack dog to take Merrick Garland's spot. It's pitiful the way this has become. Oh, boy. Sarah with an H. Good morning. I just love how Jabby wraps himself up in my clothes. That's her dog. When he can't be on my lap. Sweet little angel. Florida peeps, check in, say hello to me. Let me know things are okay. The rest of you have a fantastic shit show. I'll be at the watering hole about 5:30. Hugs and loves, Sarah H. Yeah, I don't know either. I have an ex-sister-in-law down there in Naples. They got they pretty close to the eye, you know, like really close, just a few miles from the eye. And what they kept getting is that pushing the water with the driving rain against them. So, and that lasted a good while. So, I don't know how they made out. Now, that one they were saying about Charlie, about, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, or 20 years ago, whenever that Charlie was, about how bad that was down there. They got hit, and they lost everything. And they decided to sit it out this time. Now, wait a minute, they're like 20 years older now. You know, you would think like, hey, man, you ain't spring chicken. I mean, they're not like freaking old, but they're just like, you know, yeah, maybe in your 20s, you know, yeah, sure, go for it. 40s and 50s or so, forget that shit, man. Like, God. So, oh boy. What else is going on? Listen to this. Oh my God. House Judiciary GOP. Why do I... See, that's the other thing. This shit just will not go away. Okay. Why are Senator Warren and House Judiciary Committee Democrats scared to have Representative MTG testify before the Judiciary Committee? Oh, here we go. Well, yeah, you know why? Okay, Henry Rogers, new. I am told Elizabeth Warren was invited by Democrats to participate as a witness in tomorrow's Judiciary Subcommittee bankruptcy hearing. What? Republicans invited Marjorie Taylor Greene as their witness. Republicans told Democrats that MTG would be their witness. Henry Rogers still. Now, Warren is backing out of the hearing and Democrats are canceling the member panel entirely. Drama. And this lady, MTG, says, it's a mere 5 minutes. Obviously, the Democrats can't even handle a few minutes with me in a committee room. Just wait till 118th Congress. I can't wait either. You won't be there. You know, if she, people could, people. Yeah, them people. All people, okay, can do something constructive. Instead of being disruptive and tearing shit down, start putting it back together. People would quit ripping on these people if they would, quit doing stupid shit. Come up with solutions. Quit, that's why you're getting all this shit. You wonder, people aren't going to roll over for you, man. You got to freaking, get your shit together. Just get it together. Oh. Uh-oh. What the hell is this shit? This is American military news. I don't know how reliable some of this stuff is. But anyway, the report. Chinese police set up covert. I told you, Mangled news, folks. Covert station in New York City, 31 others around the world. The Chinese government has set up 32 police service stations around the world, including one in New York, to monitor and coerce Chinese nationals living abroad to return to China, according to a new report. The Spain-based human rights organization Safeguard Defenders recently published a report on these 32 unofficial Chinese police service stations operating around the world. The stations were established by the Overseas Chinese Police Office of the Fazao Public Security Bureau in China's Fujian province. Li Rongyang. Okay. I'm not making fun of his name. That's just like Rongyang. Director of the Fuzhou Police Security Bureau's overseas police operations reportedly announced the launch of the first batch of 30 overseas service stations on January 22nd, 2022. The 30 stations are located in 25 cities in 21 different countries. The exact scope of the mission of these overseas Chinese police service stations is unclear, but Safeguard Defenders research believes the officers work in conjunction with China's Fox Hunt operations. China says its Fox Hunt operations are meant to convince Chinese criminals living abroad to return to China, but they have been accused of targeting Chinese dissidents and relying on threats and coercive behavior to get those dissidents to come back to China. I guess so they can throw them in the Chinese gulag. No, we ain't doing none of that shit. Why does that happen? Tell me what the hell's going on here? You try to read the news and then, you get shit going on. Now, who cares about this? To me, look, everybody should be treated humanely, right? If they break the law. But you got to go to jail. And jail is not meant to be a picnic. Okay? With that said, PIX11.com news, 14 hours ago. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's the other thing about these. I'll only do part of the article, and if you want to read it, I'll tell you where the rest of it is. If they list the journalist, I will say who it is. Because them guys, they deserve awards and everything else for going out and digging his stuff up. If they didn't do it, you wouldn't have any news. Okay, so this is wow. Marvin Scott wrote this. There's a whole lot of video credit goes to Dan Marinero, Hazel Sanchez, Veronica Rosario, Dan Marinero, all that, and Veronica, all this saying the same names over again. So them people, did the video part of it. I guess, okay, there's a video. So if you want to see that, it's 14 hours ago. Dueling rallies held at City Hall over bill to end solitary confinement. A new bill from the New York City Council would eliminate the practice of solitary confinement in city jails. A pair of dueling rallies were held at City Hall with supporters on both sides of the issue. So on one side were activists for prisoners, some who claimed severe solitary confinement led to the suicide of loved ones. On the other side were correction officers who claimed 1,100 of their members were assaulted by inmates since the beginning of the year. You see, that's a rough thing, you know. What do we do with inmates who continue to cut, stab, slash, sexually assault, and brutally assault our officers and other inmates? Nobody is able to answer that question, said Benny Bosio, president of the Correction Officers Benevolent, I'll get it right, Association. Activists raised the question of safety. They contend the confinement practice is directly responsible for at least 21 deaths since last year. What are you going to do with a violent guy? I don't know. Put him with another violent, and then they'll kill each other. No, you can't do that either. You can't. I just like, that's, so if you want to read the rest of this, hey, you know what? If you're in jail, I don't think it matters. As long as you're getting 3 hots in a cot. I mean, obviously, something happened for you to end up there. Yes, there's innocent people. There's no doubt there's a lot of innocent people that end up, and just get, because some, I'm not even going to get into it, but there are some police officers get a hair up their ass, People of color got it really bad. They can't get treated right. But like the violent people, come on, they're violent people. The violent ones, yes, they need. Well, you can't put all the violent people in, but the ones that are attacking other people in jail need separated. So, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, shit, I only got 2 minutes to live with me. Oh, boy. Okay, WSB-TV, calm. 2 hours ago? I have no idea, yes. About 287 times smaller than Russia and 134 times less populous than Germany, the rugged European country of Montenegro huddles on the Adriatic Sea, constantly jostled by superpowers and the forces they unleashed. The promise of the Europe that emerged from the Cold War was that small nations like this one could thrive without fear of conquest by larger neighbors. All right? But as Ukraine recently discovered, that promise has always been qualified by reality. That leaves the question of whether the Europe on the 21st century is, like Europe of centuries past, fated to domination by vast superpowers whose standing armies and nuclear arsenals all too easily shatter the dream of a unified continent. Okay, we're in perfect storm. Abazovic told Yahoo News from New York, where he recently attended the UN General Assembly, describing Europe's unwillingness. See, I can't get this straight. 30 seconds. Unwillingness to decisively confront Russia as more destabilizing than whatever such confrontation might bring. So here's the thing, real quick. It's going to be up to the Russians to stop Putin. There's more attacks at recruiting stations and everything else going there. So, hey, I'm out of time. Man, I had a great time, so I got to say goodbye. I got to say goodbye to these people. So, you guys have a good day. I'm going to say goodbye to you. say goodbye to them, say goodbye to everybody, and I hope you have a good time. And let's get this show on the road. Where's my thing? Give me my mouse. Give me my mouse. Oh, boy. Ain't this something?